Well, a very good afternoon, and thank you very much indeed for joining us. If you just have, I'm sorry, a little bit late on one of those things. One or two technical things to sort out, including talk to lots of people. So, hi, my name's Graham. I'm going to be with you for the whole of the afternoon for this cracking contest. The prospect, I think, is mouth-watering between the home side Exmouth and St Austell. Of course, this I make is about the 17th game in the Regional Tribute Southwest 1 League against two clubs who are, well, I think they're 4th and 5th in the table at the moment, and so it promises to be a close run of curve, but we'll see as we go along. Just before we have a look at the sides, just one or two little things to mention. First of all, apologies if I get players' names wrong. I do the best I can, but I don't know the apologies. I've got a technical issue which I'm hoping to sort out at the moment, and that's revolved around the picture. I think it's working all right. I'm going to keep an eye on it. It's just that the picture I'm looking at is somewhat distorted, so stick with me. I hope it's working okay. I'll keep checking. Right, let's pick where we went or started off a moment ago. Let's have a quick look at the teams today. This, of course, is Exmouth against St Austell. And actually, before we look at the teams, I'm going to say a quick hello to a few people. Hello to Andy and Julie. I know Julie's not been well recently. I hope she's feeling a bit better today. And Andy's bringing a beer and crisps all the way through the afternoon. Say hello to Rianne too. Rianne is a regular St Austell supporter, always here, but she's not here today because she's not feeling very well. So get better soon, Rianne. Hi to Miles, watching from Dubai, as he always does. And to Aidan, watching up there in Worcester. No Danny today, as you know, Aidan, he's away on holiday. And of course, hello to all the new subscribers. Thanks for joining us today. I think things are working. It's really hard to say. I've got to just, yeah, I think it's okay. Right, let's have a quick look at the teams today. Starting with St Austell. In the front row are Pete Rowe, Pete Harris and Ben Woodman. See Ben starting today. A bit of a change from last week where he was on the bench, but Matt Boothby was injured. So Ben starts today. I think he's on the tight hand side, tight head. Second row, Mark Vine and Tom Daniel. Mark returned from holiday, straight in for the unavailable Hector Bright. In the back row, Dory Jago, Caden Michael and Adam Powell. In the backs, bit of a change here because there's a debut today for Will Tanswell, who's recently joined St Austell on loan from Camborne, and he's been training, and this is his first game debut. Obviously a very talented young man. He's played for Camborne, has played for Cornwall in the 20s, and was also in the Cornwall senior squad last year during the county championship. And in addition to that, Arthur Fletcher comes in on the wing for, and I beg your pardon, George Regilgus on one wing and Pete Chuckley on the other, with Ben Plummer and Sam Parsons in the centre. And Matt Shepherd moves from scrum half, fly half to fullback. And on the bench today, Henry Blackshear, Matt Trahere and Arthur Fletcher. Right, Exmouth, let's have a quick look at them. The front row of Ollie Dorr, Charlie Gibbings and Charlie Dorr. No relation, different spelling of course. Bit of a change from last week actually, because Charlie Gibbings didn't play, and what happened was that Charlie Dorr moved from prop to hooker, and Charlie Gibbings comes in to fill the number 2 shirt. In the second row, Trey Gosling and Liam Bailey, and the back row of Bobby Pond, Joe Harris and Will Rideout. That's another change from last week's starting team, the team that won 45-19 over Matson, where Joe Harris came in from the bench. He comes in from the bench here to play 7, and Will Rideout has moved from 7 across to 8. And on the wing, Freddie Elliott again moves up from the bench and to replace Tommy Farrer. In addition to that, going at the backs, Matt Ryan plays 9, George Meadows is 10. On the wings, Lewis Guerin and, like I said, Freddie Elliott, with Robbie Weeks and Nick Headley in the centre. Finn Marks brings up the rear fullback with Ollie Mason, Brad Skinner and Lewis Tose filling the bench today. Now, looks like I got the picture back all right. Must have been a slight glitch. Right, let's have a quick look at recent form. St Austell they've won 3 of the last 4 games actually, but they've all been tight. They won 22-13 over Marlborough, and the week before that, impressive win 24-10 over Sidmouth, where they lost away 21-20 to a resurgent Chew Valley, who also beat Exmouth by the way, and before that they beat Matson 16-9. Exmouth of course were the league leaders for most of the season, and then he hit a bit of a sticky patch, losing narrowly to 3 of the top 4 teams I think. They beat Matson 45-19 last week, but before that they lost 20-26 to Exmouth, to Chew Valley. Prior to that, very narrow loss at home, 27-32 to league leaders Brixham, and 26-22 away at Barnstable, who are also second in the league. So they're still there or thereabouts, and I think from my point of view they are still contenders in this league, although St Austell sitting several points behind them. Let's have a quick look at the league table before the teams make their way out. As you can see from that, Exmouth up in 3rd place on 58 points, 56 points, and St Austell in 5th on 47. Although Exmouth have won many more games, they've won 10, lost 6, and Austell have won 9 and lost 7. Doesn't mean a great deal. There's a sort of a bit in the middle there, which St Austell are top of that group of 5 or 6 teams who are a few points behind the leaders and a few points above the relegation zone. So they're sort of playing for middle of the league, whereas Exmouth are still in contention and are playing really for promotion. Now, these teams have played 3 times in the past, from when St Austell were promoted to this league. The first time they met was in September 23, and St Austell came away from that game winning 19-3. Then January last year, absolutely cracking game here at Royal Avenue in Exmouth, and Exmouth sneaked it at the end with a lovely try from one of the forwards to win it 27-22. And I'll just show you briefly the highlights of that game. That was it, the final try. So that's Exeter winning that. It's Exmouth ringing that one 27-22. Now, the last time these two teams played was early in the season at the home fixture for St Austell, and that was a bit of a lesson, I think, in St Austell on how good this league can be, with Exmouth visiting and winning 68 points to 14, which of course was not only St Austell's biggest defeat in 2 seasons, it's also Exmouth's biggest victory. Spoken a few moments ago to the Exmouth coach Steve Perry and asked him the question, are they expecting more of the same today? He said no, absolutely not. He knows that St Austell found a bit of form recently, and he expects this to be a tough game up front. It'll come down to whoever wins the contact area, and I think he's probably right. Right, kick-off is due in about a minute's time, and I should have mentioned earlier on, our referee today is Ben Pomeroy, who, although originally normally is a Somerset Society referee, today he's representing the Southwest Referees Group. It is, of course, one of those things that goes without saying, really, that this is the highest league that the players play in. The referees referee, where they do not have assistant referees on the touch judge, so they're all on their own. And if you speak to the referees, they will tell you this is the hardest league to referee. We look forward to that today. Experienced lad, he's been refereeing since he was 14. I think he's only about in his early 20s now. So, Mark Vine, skipper, brings the St Austell side onto the pitch first. It looks to me like they're going to be playing left to right, playing into the breeze, which is coming off the sea. There isn't much of it, it's probably gusted about 20. There's Matt Shepherd, player coach. And although you will not hear the referee today, I am going to be recording it so that tomorrow, when the highlights, when the edited game appears on YouTube, you will hear Ben Pomeroy's contribution to the game. So there we are, there's Ben, and it looks to me like Chris Ashburn is about to do the honours in terms of kicking off, left to right as we look. So here we go, Exmouth against St Austell. Sorry about that green thingy there, that's the VO cam which is used by the home team for their game analysis. That's a knock on immediately from the kick-off, and Charlie Gibbons is the first one to get there. So the referee bring him back for the first scrum of the game. And this is going to be an interesting contrast, of course. Exmouth front row, they're big lads. Ollie Daw, Charlie Gibbons and Charlie Daw against Pete Rowe, Pete Harris and Ben Woodmansey. Ben, of course, he's playing there, as you can see, on the tight side. He's only 18. Pete's a bit older than that, he's twice that age. And Pete Harris in the centre, I think he's about 20 now as well. So very young front row for St Austell against some experienced boys, and they will have to be at their best. There's Will Chanswell, first time put in for St Austell. And St Austell lock out, but they're going backwards. Adam Powell picks up. He uses Sam Parsons on the short ball. And Cadel Michael does the honours. Chris Ashwin finds Ben Plummer, but he's well tackled. There's Ben Woodmansey again, but he's got two props underneath him. That's not good. He keeps the ball though, Ben. He's a strong young man. Matt Shepherd comes into play 10. And Chris Ashburn can't hold on. There'll be an advantage played. The referee said that's not going to come from there. Let's have a scrum. One thing I should have said is you might just about see it from here that referee Ben Pomeroy is wearing a ref cam for the first time, I think. And I'm hoping that in the edit we'll be able to use some of Ben's recorded footage of the game. It's always interesting to hear what he has to say to the players. Can't transmit it live, but I will have it tomorrow in the edited version. So Matt Ryan, very experienced scrum half for Exmouth, put in. He's a lad with serious pace and great hands. Played in that game last season, and for me, he was probably possibly the man of the match on that day. I'm not sure who that is because he's wearing the right number, but the referee says that was a knock on, and St Austell attempt to bring it away. And he held on to that. That might have been try time. One of the things that clubs do at this level, of course, is they play pods. First man out. They have 2-3 players who take on the nearest centre, nearest player. There's Pete Harris, former under 20th player. He's been a revelation this season. A proud exponent of the Maori sidestep is Pete. Only goes in one direction. There's Adam Powell, who joined St Austell in the limited centre of the line there. Playing number 8 today, joined St Austell from Liscard at the start of the season. And he has been added a much needed grunt up front, I think it's fair to say. That's number 13, Nick Headley. Very experienced, long time Exmouth player, used to play for Plymouth Albion. That's pass behind with a winger who I think is Freddie Elliott. There's Ben Mubensi. Bounces off the first tackle. Matt Shepherd hoofs the ball into touch. Take play about 10 metres from Exmouth's 10 metre line. Half 22 metre line. So Charlie Gibbons will throw. Of course, he's the one who scored a try in this fixture last season to win the game. Just missed his jumper, but rescued there by number 22. I don't know who that is. I'll have to say number 22. Will Tanswell gets back there, but the ball finds its way into touch. And I think that's George Meadows, who's down as captain today, but I'm not sure he is. I think Charlie Gibbons may be captain. I think there are 1 or 2 changes, certainly in the numbers, from the team in the programme. Once again, if I get your name wrong, my apologies. P. Harris. Normal procedure is to go to Mark Vian, just there. But the referee Pomeroy, he says, no, come on lads, you're not straight. Let's just wait, please. No gap. And I think St Austell might be changing that throw in. Pete Rowe has a word. Vian still takes it. He's one of St Austell's most important weapons, because line-out ball, of course, is an area, because the backs have to stand further back, where you're most likely to attack from. And Vian, one of the reasons is he's captain, I think, is his leadership in the forwards. Playing to the advantage, but just Ben Plummer got man and ball there, keeps it alive. The referee's still playing advantage, he says, that's coming, brings them back. So 7 minutes gone, seems like 17 to me. And Matt Shepherd. Hoofs the ball, it'll be a St Austell line out for the penalty. Pete Harris, of course, has got options. He uses either number 8 or either second rows. This occasion he's trimmed to get to Vine, but he went right over the top of him. And Charlie Gibbons welcomes that with open arms. And George Meadows gives it a bit of a nudge. And once again, Matt Shepherd decides that's the area down there we want to play. And the ball just holds up before going into touch, and George Meadows replies with interest. I should have said that before the game that George Regilgas was originally, I think, selected on the wing, but he's not playing yet. He's on the bench, and Arthur Fletcher is actually playing on the left wing. Another one is a product of the St Austell Colts. Fully 14 of the St Austell squad today have been through the St Austell Mini Junior section, and all the others have joined the club at some point to play. It's a very proud achievement, and it's the same in pretty much every game. There's Will Tanswell, who's finds Chris Ashwin, who finds Matt Shepherd, who once again gives it a nudge. Goes as far as the fullback, Finn Marks, who hoofs the ball as far as Matt Shepherd again. Bit of rugby tennis going on here. And George Meadows says, anything you can do. And once again, Matt Shepherd. I'm getting dizzy. George looks up and he realises Matt Shepherd had followed his own kick, so he kicks it right down as far as it can go. And Peter Tuckley gives it a little nudge, but I'm not sure he's going to find. Yes, he does. He rolls it into touch. Man of the match last week in the St Austell's game against Marlborough. Pete, he played, I'm not sure, half a dozen times for the Saints this season. One of those versatile players. You can play him pretty much anywhere. Charlie Gibbons to throw. The shoulder. That looked forward to me. And also look forward to referee Ben Pomeroy. Much more significant, of course. Just to remind you, the edited highlights of this game, including the referees' commentary and, with a bit of luck, some of the video from the ref cam, will be on YouTube tomorrow, usually late in the morning. If you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you'll get notification. Well, I make it about 11 minutes played. No one's troubled the scoreboard yet. It's been touch and go, a bit nervy. Nothing in it. But that can change in a moment. I think, as Steve Perry said earlier on, contact area is the key part of this, as at every bloody game, of course. And right now, no one's had an edge. No one's had an edge of the scrummage. No one's had an edge of the line out. They've gone with the throw on every occasion. Now, I'm assuming that although Ollie Dorr is wearing 29, he's in the programme as number 1. So I'm assuming that here on the loose head, that's Ollie Dorr up against Ben Woodmansey. That's a serious contest going on there. Adam Powell does the rescuing, but the referee says no, knock on. Matt Ryan puts in. He looks to get the scrum going forward. They're looking for a penalty. Instead, move the ball. That's good, Joe. But that's good cover defence there by Sam Parsons once again. Now, I think that's Freddie Elliott. It's hard to say. It could be Robbie Weeks or Nick Headley in the centre there. a game once again. They're not wearing the numbers from the programme. I think the referee indicating they're over the top, handling the ball. So George Meadows will probably just nudge us down the line. So just inside the St Austell 22, Charlie Gibbons to throw. Doesn't find the man he wanted, and Ben Pomeroy says that wasn't straight, bring him back please. Oh, he's a knock on, I beg your pardon. Went forward off the hand of an Exmouth player, and St Austell will really hope to do slightly better in the scrummage this time. There's Will Tanswell. What's quite clear is he's a young man with serious pace, and he'll look for gaps in this game. And Matt Shepherd once again does the kicking honours. And Lewis Guerin collects the ball. And I think the referee's bringing them back because he must have taken the ball back inside from the scrum. Yeah, he's quite clear about it. The referee's going to have a word with Matt Shepherd about that. Matt's not happy. And he's making it clear that from the scrum, the ball was taken back into the 22. Even though Matt was inside when he kicked it. Taken clearly at the back. Picked up by Will Rideout. And for the first time in this game, Exmouth get that rolling ball moving. It's gone down, and I think the referee's been indicating that was collapsed. Yeah. So there'll be a penalty. Certainly kickable. But it could be that just that Exmouth decide we'll go for 7 and stick the ball in the corner. Although George Meadows is having a look. Charlie Gibbons to throw. He'll be looking for one of his big second rows. Certainly finds him. And Exmouth, with possibly the best opportunity of the game so far, are 5, 6, 7 metres out, and they're going forward at a rate of knots. St Austell not in behind. The referee has a good look, but he's saying, I think you're short. Yeah. He's going to bring them back. Right there, the ref. And Charlie Gibbons just held up. And Matt Shepherd kicks it early, but only as far as Mr. Guerin. He's going to have a little run, of course he is. Big tackle by Ben Woodmansey there. No, beg your pardon, Rory Jago. Tails up now for Exmouth. Looking to capitalise. Another penalty being given advantage. I think maybe offside on that occasion. George Meadows kicks. I think he's looking for the advantage, and it's taken cleanly on the far side. Can't see who that is. Could be the winger. Got in front of Arthur Fletcher. Here's the fullback. Fenn Marks with the score to put Exmouth 5-0 up. Might make it about 20 minutes played. That's not an easy conversion. It's soft underfoot, although he does have the wind behind him, and George Meadows to add the 2. He struck it well, struck it very well. So after an uneventful first 20, the first time Exmouth really put pressure on that's Will Tanswell who got there. No, it's Arthur Fletcher. Got there in front of all the forwards, stole the ball. Art of Iron continues, but he's well met. There's Adam Powell. Ben Plummer with a chance. And the ball is ripped from his hands. I think that was Robbie Weeks who did that. And George Meadows gets it down the park, take the pressure off, but it will be a St Austell line out. Once again, just thrown over too far. Ryan couldn't get to it, and Exmouth steal it. That's good interplay, lovely offloading, close support both sides. George Meadows shows and goes, and Exmouth have an overlap. It looks like they might not need it. Right through the middle. They still have an overlap. That's Trey Gosling with the ball. He's a big unit, is Trey. Takes some stopping. And you can see the referee said over the top. Matt Ryan pretends he didn't know what was going on. Too fast as a ref. He went too far with the ball on the ground. He rolled over once too many times. This will give Chris Ashwin or Matt Shepherd a chance. Matt Shepherd just to relieve some of the pressure. Also not really had much of the ball in the last 10 minutes or so. See from the flag, it looks like it's blowing. The wind's blowing left to right, but in fact, if you imagine the top right-hand corner of the field to the right-hand side, it's blowing diagonally in that direction. Taken beautifully by Ryan at the top of the line out. Also look to consolidate and will look to get the ball off the park. Although Pete Harris says, I'm going to have a bit of a rumble. Ben Woodmansey does the same. And once again, St Austell look to move it. There's Ben Plummer. He's got 2 men outside. He takes the first one on. Sam Parsons brings it up. He needs help. He's isolated. Ben Plummer finds Matt Shepherd outside him and Chris Ashwin. That's Caden Michael, who's hit really hard. take no damage there. That may have been dangerous, but I think it was because he was falling. I don't think the referee's interested in anything but his safety. But he is going to have a word with the skippers. And he's given it as knock on. It'll be a scrummage to St Austell. I think what referee Ben Pomeroy did there was to make sure there was no injury after the impact, and you could see quite clearly it was a stumble. No problem at all, so he brought them back to have a scrummage to restart. There's Will Tanswell, playing his very first game for St Austell. That's a good scrummage. Once again, that big front row, Gutterners going forward. On a muddy ground, once you're going backwards, it's so hard to stop. And I'm pretty sure George Meadows will have a little nudge here, stick it in the corner. Although he looks to see if anyone's on the by, so yes, he sees it. And he decides they're going to have a little rumble. That's Robbie Weeks, big centre. I think that's Nick Henny, but I'm not sure of the numbers. Exmouth forwards just starting to get their tails up, as you can see. It's Chris Ashwin doing the tackling honours, and there was a knock on there. They'll be mighty relieved because it looked to all intents and purposes like the 2 second rows are combined what could have been a second try, but as we look, I can see, I think Caden Michael has stayed down on the far side of the pitch. He's not moved much. Hard to say what's wrong with him from there. I don't think it's a such of the magic sponge. It could be a shoulder injury. St Austell have Henry Blackshaw on the bench. If Caden can't continue, that's a straight swap, or even Matt Trahere. We can play front row or back row. Looks in some discomfort, does Caden. St Austell scrum, and they'll be very keen to get out of here. Exmouth have showed already that close to the line they can be ruthless. Only one try so far to Finn Marks, but they've started to make holes in the midfield on the back of the big runners. Trey Gosling, I think, has been outstanding so far. And Caden Michael rejoins. Let's hope he's okay. He's playing on the open side with Rory Jago, currently playing blind, although they do swap over occasionally. It's another powerful scrummage by Exmouth, although lockout sort of work. Matt Shepard hoofs it, and this time he finds touch. So far, Liam Bailey's been the go-to man in the line-out. Number 5. I think there he is again. And Exmouth have done that mismove in the centre once again. That's a lovely run and a lovely try. Second try to Finn Marks, the fullback. just took the ball from probably 40 metres out, pinned his ears back, scores his and Exmouth's second. He'll also be very disappointed with the defensive alignment there. And a much easier kick. George Meadows has the extras. Exmouth move into a 14-0 lead. So once again, Chris Ashwin, restart for the third time. And Tom Daniel, who's almost always the first man there. No doubt about it, Exmouth boys, their tails are up. They're looking more confident, ball in hand. There's Matt Shepherd, he'll never run, he'll step. No, he's not. He looks to go wide, finds Ben Plummer, who gets man and ball. Rescued by Robbie Weeks. Plucked it out of the air like a basketball. There's the try scorer, Finn Marks, who pings it wide to Nick Headley. And he's helped out by Lewis Guerin. Chris Ashwin upended there, and that's a sort of reverse kick to the wrong side. And Matt Shepherd has very little option but to put it back down the field. Half charge down. Caden Mike finds himself with the ball. He's got men with him. Half a gap there. That's Rory Jago, but he's well stopped. Matt Shepherd steps inside and out, but he's absolutely clattered by Charlie Givens there. No messing. Referee's playing advantage, I think, for a high tackle. Yeah, the referee's going to bring him back. No advantage coming for not releasing. So gives St Austell a pretty rare opportunity, I think, to get down into the Exmouth red zone. And Matt Shepherd's looking for the right-hand corner. Well, they're still a good 15, 16 metres out, but these days with a good catch and drive and you get players in behind and get the ball going forward, it can be very effective, but small issue of catching it first. And once again, sort of half taken to one hand there by Tom Daniel. Plus will keep the ball. And Caden Michael takes him on, but he gets well stopped. Referee's playing advantage. And Chris Ashwin knows that, so he tries to nudge the ball in behind. Yeah, once again, quite clear from Ben Pomeroy. You must make an effort to get away from the tackle area. So Matt Shepherd has a look. Is he going to go? No, he's going to stick it in the corner. So they've got nothing to gain by going for 3 points there, I think. They need to get back in the game by scoring a try or more, a one or two. trailing as they are by 14 points to 0. There's Pete Rowe, long-time servant of the club. Fine takes it cleanly. It's an hostile attempt to get the ball going forward, but it's collapsed on the far side. The referee says, play on, you've got the ball, you've got the ball. Austell up close, but they're not far away. And referee gives a penalty to Exmouth. I'm not sure everyone tapping George Meadows on the back there. I think he might have got his hands on the ball for the turnover. Yeah, holding on. That's always disappointing after all that work. Referee right on the spot, can't argue with that. But what on earth is the fly half doing winning the ball there? And then clearing by 30 metres. Disappointing for the St Austell boys there. Had their best opportunity to trouble the scorekeeper, and holding on in the tackle, turnover by George Meadows. There's Charlie Gibbons to throw. This is where Exmouth have showed they've got that slip ball in the centre. That's about the fourth time they've done that. Brian takes it, he's got support on his outside for Exmouth's third try. I think that's Robbie Weeks, but I really don't know because he's not wearing the number in the programme. That's almost a carbon copy. Ball, top of the line out, mismove in the centre, short ball, man coming straight, and on both occasions striding out to strip the defence and score on the right hand side, and that gives Exmouth a 19-point advantage with the conversion to come. So in 37 minutes, Exmouth have a 19-point advantage with the conversion to come from George Meadows. He struck it well. He certainly has. He's certainly got his kicking boots on today, as George. Two tries to Finn Marks, third one there to Robbie Weeks. All converted by George Meadows. Now, St Austell are to make a contest of this. They need to get on the scoreboard very soon with half-time approaching. Once again, Tom Daniel clearly obstructed, and referee's right in front of him. I think that was Saurday giving. I'd probably get away with that on most occasions, but in that case the referee was so close he couldn't. Can St Austell get on the board, make something of the game of this? At the moment they've been very much second base, particularly when the ball's been moved wide. That's for Tom Daniel, who takes it clean, he puts it back inside to Mark Vian. Obviously that's a set move, and they attempt to get the ball going forward, but it's stopped and Wiltans will have no option but to move it out. That's Arthur Fletcher comes in from his blindside wing. Wiltans finds Ben Plummer. So good at making those hard yards as Ben. That's the other Ben Woodmansey. He's got man over the top of him. Pete Harris, you know what he's going to do. St Austell, best opportunity so far, but they're well stopped there. Matt Shepherd still going. He needs help. Bit of pinballing going on. Tanswell goes left. Ben Woodmansey makes the pass, takes the man on. Sam Parsons looks to put Chris Ashford in. He's got man outside, but he takes it himself. And Matt Shepherd once again, he's still going. Tackle there by Charlie Gibbons. And once again, Ben Woodmansey, who's carried the ball more than any other forward in this game. That's a lovely little pass there. Once again to Matt Shepherd, but he gets man and ball. And there was an advantage, referee's playing that. So bring them back for... So 5 minutes out. Peter has a look. You know what he's going to do. Well tackled. St Austell keep the ball. Rory Jago has a look. Tom Daniel has a look, but he's well met. You can see there once again obstruction. Peter has goes again for the third time. St Austell close. Probably 3-4 metres out. They got men over, but the defence is there. Covers there. Sam Parsons looks to get it wide, and there was a knock on there. And for the first time in this game, I think that could be Liam Bayliss. Going to the Austell, and looks to me like Caden Michael, or is it no, Rory Jago. Rory Jago gets St Austell's first try. Nothing less than they deserved after that period of pressure, and they'll be delighted with that going into the half-time break. Matt Shepherd, of course, will be taking the conversion. I make it 2 minutes over the 40, but obviously it's the referee's watch that counts. My guess is this could be the last play of the first half. And as St Austell got back into the game, there may be more of a contest. What's going on there? Sure enough, referee blows his whistle for half time with the score Exmouth 21, St Austell 7. Be back in a few moments. Welcome back to the second half. Score half time is Exmouth 21, St Austell 7. 2 tries to the Exmouth fullback, Finn Marks, and the third one to, I think, Robbie Weeks in the centre. And finally, right at the end there, Rory Jager went over to put St Austell on the board for the first time, although they were very much under pressure for pretty much certainly the second part of the first half. Now it's a case of who scores first, I think, because if Exmouth score again, it's going to be a big hill to climb for the St Austell boys. If St Austell can score early on, we have a game on. George Meadows to restart the second half. Ben Pomeroy, man with the whistle. That's a lovely little kick, and retrieved. And this is where they have been very dangerous. That man there in particular, Finn Marks. He got back inside. He's looking for help. He perhaps doesn't need it. No, he doesn't. Nick Headley, or is it Robbie Weeks? I'm not sure. One of the centres. Started it and finished it. That's a lovely try right from the kick-off. That's really quite demoralising for the St Austell boys, but lovely play. Been a characteristic, I think, of the Exmouth team is they play very much an offload game. They have, when a man's run with the ball, they have 2 players either side of him, and that was exactly that. Inside, outside, all sorts of options. And Nick Headley, number 13, got the final touchdown. So George Meadows has kicked all 3 so far, and from here that looks like certainly easier than 2 of the ones he's had so far, but that one he's definitely pulled to the left. So the score moved on to 26 points to 7. Chris Ashwin to get us underway. And as I move up that way, referee Ben Pomeroy quite clearly called out the ball was taken back into the 22, so the line-out will be from where it's kicked, and it looks as though Robbie Weeks, the number 12, who's actually wearing 20, but he's 12 in the programme, has taken a bit of a knock. Just to remind you, when these 2 teams met earlier in the season at St Austell, final score was St Austell 14, Exmouth 68. It was St Austell's biggest defeat in, I think, 3 seasons, more than that, and certainly the biggest defeat. And while they would hope to avoid that today, they're still in this game. They can score now, there's a game on, but they're finding it tough up front, and defensively they've been found out a few times. Peter has the throw. He goes long to Mark Vine. Tanswell finds Chris Ashwood. He pops the ball to Ben Plummer. He's got support and he needs it. That's Tom Daniel. Loves the chance to run, that young man. St Austell moved the ball quickly, but Ben Plummer got man and ball. In fact, he got ball and 2 men. Chris Ashwin and Sam Parsons looks to get it wide, but it doesn't go anywhere. Arthur Fletcher's got 3 men in front of him. There's no option but to go to ground. Recycle. Some unusually dodgy handling from St Austell. It is a muddy day out there and it is cold. I'm not making excuses. And you can hear the referee says no arm tackle for number 8. That's wiggle right out. And St Austell go quickly. Matt Shepherd, he's tried everything all day. Chris Ashwin looks to try and keep the ball alive, but it went forward, I think. And Exmouth to turn them over. They're playing with confidence now, as you can when you're 21 points up. Doesn't find touch, and I think Peter Tuckley knocked it on. Although Matt Shepherd had feigned it a drop goal, he's never going to get it from there. And number 18, who in the programme is Lewis Tose, comes on, and that could be to replace Liam Bailey, who I think was the one who was yellow carded earlier on. Yeah, I think Lewis Tate has come on at 9 and Matt Ryan has been replaced. Went down on this side. That's Pete Rowe propping against. I think it's Ollie Dorr, or it could be Charlie Dorr. I think it's Charlie Dorr on this side actually. So he's wearing 28. It's a better scrummage from St Austell, much better. And as you can see, the referee says 22 white, collapsing. Audio decides to have a chat with the referee about it, and he marches them back 10. Quite rightly saying, we don't need that, thank you. So St Austell will, Matt Shepherd will nudge it in the corner and look once again to get a drive on. So Pete Harris to throw. This time he goes long, finds Tom Daniel in the middle. Once again he puts the ball back in, so St Austell get the more going forward. It's about here where the forward, the back start join. Sam Parsons lends his way, and you can see Mark Vide is struggling there. I think he's being crushed actually. Will Tanswell looking to get the ball. Ben Plummer takes them on. Well tackled. Big loop pass to Arthur Fletcher. He's got 2 men in front of him. Can he make it? Yes, he can. Bounced off one. I think that might be Arthur's first try for the Saints. There he goes. Lovely try by St Austell. Just what they needed at this point in the game. Arthur, late replacement for George Regilgus, who was nursing an injury. So that moves the score on to Exmouth 26, St Austell 12 with the conversion to come, and everything to play for. And Matt Shepherd nails it from out wide. Big call from Tom Daniel, rescued by Ben Woodmansey. There's Adam Powell. And Matt Shepherd once again gives it some leather. That's good play. That's good play on the fullback. It's the area of the game where Exmouth have absolutely had the edge, has been that attacking, offloading contact, close support of the man with the ball. They've done it so well. You can see when they break out. That's both wingers on one side of the pitch. Although Matt Shepherd's stolen it, the referee calls good steal. That's fine. He's offside at the side. You don't need me to tell you that. Ben Plummer having a word with the referee. He said, I've already done it, thank you. Okay, to Michael upended. And Chris Ashwin looks for the kick and chase. In that case, once again, Matt Shepherd. And I think he might have overcooked that one. Yes, he has. I think I may have lost the live stream. That's very well taken off the top. That's Nick Headley, the number 13. He's a big, strong unit. Takes some stopping. George Meadows puts it up in the air, but doesn't get very far forward, but he was playing advantage anyway. He knew what he was doing. Well taken over the top there. We'll ride out that occasion. Also need to defend here. And you can see, yeah, collapsing. Says the ref, you must retire. Quite clear about it. Will Tanswell taps to go, but he says no, no, he's offside. Wait. The hold up is because of an injury to one of the Exmouth players. Penalty on that occasion was a pulling through the work. Lovely hands from Will Tanswell. There's Bun Plummer once again. He's found it very difficult to make yards in the centre. Very good defence by both of the centres. There's Pete Harris. You know what Pete's going to do. He'll always take the ball up. Very strong. Chris Ashwin unable to hold on, so the referee plays advantage. And that's once again breakout. You've got men left and right. I think that could be Liam Bailey, the second row, who not long back from being the sin bin. Certainly did a super job appearing on the wing. Outside, Nick Headley. George Meadows unable to convert that, so the score remains at 31 points to 12. That's the 5th try for Exmouth, so they are on a bonus point already. Currently, if it stays like this, St Austell will go away with nothing. They have not given up yet. There's Matt Shepherd. Nowhere to go with that one. And the referee's playing advantage, I think, for the high tackle. Yeah, he is. Matt Shepherd goes straight away. He's looking for support, but he doesn't have it unless, Will Tanswell looks. He's got men outside. Chris Ashwin gets absolutely shanked. And he might have stayed down, Chris. Chris is back on his feet, which is good news. That's a quick ball, but Pete Tuckley, the first chance we've really seen Pete have a look at a run. Here we are 20 minutes through into the second half, and Pete's played nothing like his usual role. Once again, Kane and Michael doing the support work. Ben Plummer kick and chase. But Finn Marks is back there. And he's quite happy just to nudge it down the line. I think at this point in the game, 31-12, St Austell really going to carry on playing, hoping to get somewhere close, maybe in for a bonus point, but they've got to score 2 more tries. That's a good ball. St Austell low and driving, but it looks like it might be held up there. Yeah, it is. The referee, Ben Pomeroy, is taken in by St Austell. Didn't bring it out. You can see the tap on the back there for number 6, which is Bobby Pond. Don't believe that's the first time I mentioned his name. Can't believe it. It's an area where St Austell have not had a great afternoon. 1 or 2 good scrummages, but most of the time that big front row of Exmouth have had an edge. Much more experienced players. Very solid. Talk about solid. Is that man, Mr. Weeks? Charge down. And as you can see here, the referee, Ben Pomeroy, says taken back in, charge down, so we'll have a dropout, goal and dropout. I think with the following wind he could hoof this a long way down the park, but he only gets as far as Arthur Fletcher. He looks to go back inside of Matt Shepherd, who's really going to have a look. Of course he is. Pete Tuckley gets man and ball, and they just shovel in bad ball at the moment, St Austell, but they feel like they've nothing to lose. 31-12 down. Just keep going, have a go for it. What else can you do? Matt Shepherd does a Samoan goose step. And Chris Ashwin says, let's play down there. But he only finds, I guess, as far as Finn Marks, who's shown his ability to run this game. Caught by Caden Michael. And once again, Exmouth open up. There's Weeks on the left-hand side. Chips and Chase is still alive. And Chris Ashwin pops it back inside, straight into the hands of Mr. Weeks. Golden opportunity here, maybe for a 6th try to the home team. Men over. Good tackle once again by Matt Shepherd. Rarely misses those. Exmouth keep the ball. Playing advantage against Adam Powell for a high tackle, and I suspect, oh no, Adam Powell, no intent there. Time's tackle was high. He's just warned him. But he's also going to have a chat with that's Trey Gosling. And there you are. Referees. First penalty was a high tackle. Second, the ref penalty reversed because Trey Gosling came in and attempted to retaliate. And quite rightly, referee Pomeroy says, no need for that. Let's play the game. Sort of situation where some would say reach for a yellow card, but it was 6 and 2 threes. And he wants to keep the game flowing. And I can see that Matt Trahair has joined the fray, and I think that's Ben Woodmansey. There he is. That means Matt Trahair might be going into prop. That's well taken by right at the back there. And once again, Exmouth get the ball wide. Men in support. Bit of a counter up for St Austell, but that's good play. Good play by Tom Daniel. Got him there to disrupt. But Exmouth keep the ball. George Meadows, I think he's playing an advantage there, so he has a little look. Caden Michael, who's tackled all day, scored a try. There's Charlie Gibbons. Chipped ahead. Referee's playing advantage and he's going to bring him back for it. That's Will turns well in offside position. What do Exmouth do here? This game, as far as they're concerned, is probably one. They could just opt to 3 points. They could have a scrum, kick for the corner. And George Meadows says we'll just add insult to injury and go for goal. Matt Shepherd, who's really done his best, I think. He's run everything he possibly can. He's found it very hard to break through the Exmouth defence, especially in the centre, which had been very effective all day. Oh, look, Pete Harris decides I'll do a goose step. Sort of worked, didn't it? That's Matt Trahere moving the ball wide. Gets as far as Ben Plummer, who's wrapped up by Robbie Weeks. There's Caden Michael again, who's had a standout game for me. And Chris Ashburn takes the ball and it's up and all over the place. And caught behind the line. But Exmouth have kept the ball. Nice bit of confident play, nothing to lose, haven't they? So they'll just keep hold of it. And Robbie Weeks just hands off, Will hands well. And he finds man in support. Tom Daniels chasing him. Pings it back. Not to the man he was intended for. And the referee says no, over the top. He's having a word with Charlie Gibbons. I'm not sure what the penalty was for. But Matt Shepherd will just nudge it. St Austell do their best looking for a third try, but they found it very hard to penetrate this Exmouth defence. Tackling out wide has been outstanding today. That line speed has been exceptional, and every time St Austell plays in the centres and the wing, you've got the ball, they've got a man with him. And it looks for a bit more. There's Caden Michael coming off. I think he might have taken a knock to the face. That means probably young Henry Blackshear is on the pitch. Can't see him. Yes, there he is. Just coming on from the far side. Very fit, very mobile young man. Taken very well by Mark Vine. Rory Jago looks and goes himself. There's Tom Daniel. Beats the first but not the second. Ben Plummer on the switch. Tom Daniel again, but he gets 2 men with the ball. That's been the story all afternoon, I think. Matt Shepherd steps to first, bounces off the second. Well, Tanswell looks to get Arthur Fletcher away, but he's not going to get past Robbie Weeks. Quite clear. Robbie Weeks not only made the tackle, got his hands on the ball, and Arthur Fletcher held on. He's had a very fine game in the centre there, number 13. I beg your pardon, it's Nick Headley, not Robbie Weeks, that's my mistake. Nick Headley. Robbie Weeks, of course, went off earlier on, but I was confused by the numbers. Number 13 in the programme is Nick Headley, so my apologies to Nick. There's Tom Daniel at the front. So St Austell 22 points behind, and they've been pretty much second best in most departments in this game, and I think particularly the difference has been defence and the line speed of the Exmouth defenders. Matt Shepherd once again, he looks to do that little jing, but no joy whatsoever. He's tumbled backwards. Adam Powell. St Austell 11 overlap. Tom Daniel. He's not going to take it, is he? He's going to take it on first. Advantage being played. They've got man left and right. Chris Ashwin taps and goes. No messing around there. Referee said you came from offside position, you prevented fair release. So Charlie Gibbons has an early bath. There he is. Shakes his head. He's played very well today, that man. He's a big unit, and he's been very effective in the tight and the loose. So it will be St Austell line out. Pete Harris, and once again, St Austell have the opportunity to try to catch and drive, maybe salvage a bit of respect. At the front, Mark Vine. Exmouth had that all day, but St Austell have got it going forward. It's here that forwards join us. They've got to keep moving, got to keep moving, got to keep moving. It's crabbing right. And as you can see, the referee is right there. And it looks like Matt Trahere might have his first try for the Saints. I think it is. So Matt Shepherd to attempt to add the 2 with 3.5 minutes to go. St Austell will be desperate to try and run everything and attempt to go away with a bonus point with the score at 34 points to 17. kicks it. Ben Pomeroy says there are 3 minutes to play. The score at 34-19. 6 tries to 3. And St Austell, of course, are not going to win this game, but they really will be hoping see if they can go away with a bonus point for a 4th try. Went forward, of course, from Lewis Guerin, and the referee playing advantage, and Matt Shepherd has a look. He beats the first, just advantage over, and P. Harris couldn't hold it. And I think that's still Matt Ryan, wearing 9. Exmouth have players on the right. Bobby Pond opts to wrestle for a bit. That could be Ollie Dorr, I'm not sure because the number's on his shirt. That's Trey Gosling, who's had a very fine game. Big strong second row, he can run. Chris Ashwin tries to wrap up Freddie Elliott, but Mark Vine steals it. He's helped out by Matt Shepherd, and you can see there you go, off your feet playing the ball, and he'll march them back 10 for arguing back. Last minute, says the ref. Matt Shepherd looks at Arthur Fletcher on the left hand side. Arthur loses his feet, and Freddie Elliott takes the ball up, and once again St Austell have a penalty for not releasing. Freddie Elliott deliberately lies there, he knows what's going on. He's had a good game today. So, last chance saloon. St Austell have a line out, one more attacking opportunity, and they will be looking to try everything they can to get a 4th try for the bonus point. I have to say, compared to the first time they met in St Austell, where Exmouth scored 68, they've only managed to score half of that today. Much better performance if you look at the score only. And St Austell get the ball going, the ball going forward. Still going forwards. Well disrupted though. And the Exmouth forwards get round and get behind, put some pressure. Pete Harris has his mitts on it. Too far away, I think, for him to have a go from there. Any mistake, it'll be a final whistle, and it's been robbed. And Exmouth decide, oh well, let's have a run. All they've got to do is get the ball off the park, which is exactly what George Meadows does to bring the game to a conclusion. Final score here is Exmouth 34, St Austell 19. Disappointing, I think, for the St Austell boys, but they were outplayed. You can't argue with that. Exmouth clearly the better side. They were better in the set piece, better, I think, in defence. But most significantly was that line speed. It was absolutely destructive. It didn't allow St Austell to play their normal flowing backs game, and I think maybe that was just the difference between the two teams on the day. So thanks for joining us. No game next week for St Austell. The following week they'll play at home to Royal Wootton Bassett. But we leave you from Exmouth with the final score: Exmouth 34, St Austell 19.